Whispers of the night, a journey through forgotten silence. Soft ambient music begins, wind rustling, faint owls hooting. Narration starts softly. In the far corner of the world, where the stars seem to hum their ancient lullabies and the breeze carries stories long forgotten, there lies a place untouched by time. It's an old forest, surrounded by gently sloping hills and an abandoned wooden path that disappears into the shadows of the trees. This is not just any forest, it's a place where silence has a voice, where night has memory. Long ago, before the world became hurried and heavy with noise, this place was home to an old settlement. A small village of no more than 20 homes, nestled beneath the branches of tall pines and birches. The people here lived slowly. They rose with the mist and slept under the moonlight. And every night, when the world quieted, their stories floated into the air like smoke from their hearths. Sound of soft footsteps on dry leaves, if you listen closely, very closely. You can almost hear them still. The soft whispers of mothers singing lullabies to children, the creak of a wooden chair on a porch, the sigh of wind through open windows. Time, however, moved on. The village faded, but the forest remembered. Tonight, we walk through this forest not to disturb it, but to understand it. We begin our journey in the last stretch of night, the hours just before dawn, when even the moon begins to grow weary, and the stars blink slower, heavier. This part of the night holds a special kind of stillness. It's not the beginning of night, where excitement and mystery dance. And it's not yet morning, where light scatters the shadows. No, this is the deep breath between dreams and awakening. A river's trickle begins to mix with soft piano notes. As we pass beneath the tall trees, a small river winds beside us, its water silver under the moon. Once, villagers used this river to fetch water, to wash clothes, to listen as they sat in quiet thought. There is an old bench here, now half covered in moss and leaves. It was carved from a fallen tree decades ago. Legend says an old man used to sit here every night, telling stories to the stars. He had no children, no family, but the forest was his friend and the night his audience. Even now, it feels like he's nearby, still waiting to tell his next tale. A distant owl calls, crickets rise and fall, to the west. Just beyond the clearing, the remains of an old cabin still stand. Its wooden beams bend with age, and the stone chimney leans slightly. No one has lived there in over 70 years. Yet the night does not forget. It wraps the cabin in soft wind, as if cradling it gently, reminding the world that everything that once lived still has a place in memory. This part of the night is when such memories come alive, not loudly, not in shouts, but in sighs, in the hush between tree branches, in the echo of your own breath. Rain begins light and rhythmic. A soft drizzle begins to fall, cool drops that shimmer like glass beads in the moonlight. You hold out your hand and feel it, not cold, but cleansing, like the earth itself is exhaling. Rain always played a role in the stories of this place. It was believed that the rain at this hour washed away worry, that if you stepped into it during the final hours of night, all your grief would be lifted by morning. Perhaps it's just an old tale, but tonight, standing here, it feels true. A soft lullaby melody begins beneath the sound of rain. As we move deeper into the forest, the trees grow closer, but not in a frightening way. They seem to gather around like listeners at a story circle. And above us, the stars begin to fade, slowly giving way to the first whisper of dawn. You might think this would end the magic of the night, but here it only deepens it. Because in these last few moments before sunrise, the past and present walk side by side. The spirits of the village, the echoes of laughter, the creak of an old rocking chair, they all exist here right now, if only for a few minutes more. You stand still, eyes closed, listening, and in that stillness you hear it, a lullaby in the wind, a memory of footsteps on old wood, a gentle voice telling you that everything is going to be all right. because the night doesn't only hold darkness. It also holds peace, it holds dreams, and most of all, it holds you. Music fades into soft sunrise tones, gentle flutes, and birdsong. As the light begins to peek over the hills, the forest glows in 1,000 shades of blue and gray. The rain slows, then stops, the stars slip away, and the world begins again. But you carry this moment with you. A night that remembered its past. A forest that spoke in silence. A history written in whispers, and a peace that followed you home. Silence, only birds in the background now.